So you decided to start losing some weight and cutting some body fat. Let me just say congrats right off the start, because you've already accomplished two of the hardest parts of losing weight. And that's realizing you actually need or want to start losing weight, and then starting to make an effort toward doing so. And choosing to do some research and actually looking into how to actually do that, that's a big step that you've already made, and you should be proud of yourself for doing so. And let me just say, you've made a great choice for coming to this video to do that. I'm going to give you my 5 big tips to start a healthy lifestyle and start losing weight.
I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given, but honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living, but we could run. And let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever. I can't believe myself. I never thought that this would be our end, but it's nothing new. And my lovers.
So these tips will be kind of general tips that I'll then break down and give you more in-depth information about. They're small changes that you can start doing in your everyday life that you can do all at once or start doing one at a time. Let me just preface that none of these tips are like get shredded quick tips or anything like that, and they're not going to help you lose fat overnight. These are all small steps for beginners to take to start trying to lose weight and start living a healthier lifestyle. These are small things that are going to help people that might be intimidated or might not want to just jump in and start going to the gym 6 days a week and start counting calories and macros and all that kind of stuff. These are things that should almost be second nature after a few weeks, and eventually will just become your everyday things that you do. So now let's get into it. Please focus. Stop focusing on the background. My first step and my first tip is not to drink your calories. Now, what does this mean? This means that you should use beverages specifically to get hydrated and not much else. There is some exceptions, but I'll get into those later in the video. And here's how you're gonna do it. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is cut sodas and fruit juices out of your diet. Like, setting aside the countless health conditions and health problems that soda can give you, the calorie count in soda is so high that it can mean the difference between a caloric deficit for a day or a caloric surplus for a day. I go more into detail with caloric deficit and caloric surplus in my If It Fits Your Macros video. I'll put that in the description and maybe a link on the screen somewhere. If you go and watch that, that'll explain the whole concept of caloric surplus and maintenance and all that. But for this video, I'm not going to go very much into detail. But the average calorie count for a 12 to 20 ounce soda is between 140 and 240 calories. And almost all of those calories are from the sugar inside of it. That's like bonkers, honestly. Now, fruit juices are commonly misconstrued. People see fruit immediately as some sort of healthy snack and everything, and it can be if you're eating the raw fruit itself. But once you get into fruit juices and stuff that's packaged, once you look at the nutrition facts, you'll see different. Almost all fruit juices are loaded with sugar, unless you get something that's organic or all natural, or specifically says no sugar or no added sugar. Jesus Christ. And yes, not all fruit juices are like this, but you should still be careful and only drink it in days where you might need a quick serving of fruit, or you might have the extra wiggle room to have a nice glass of fruit juice. Another way to do this is to cut alcohol. Besides the fact that alcohol is a depressant and has other negative effects on your body, it is very high in calories. It's technically classified as carbs, but it's actually 7 calories per gram compared to the normal carbohydrate 4 calories per gram. So that 7 calories per gram can add up quick compared to normal like breads and other carbs. So on a night out, this can really sneak up and surprise some of you. Now, this might scare some of you because you might think, oh, now I'm just gonna be able to drink water. I'm not gonna have any drinks that have any sort of flavor or anything. And you'd be surprised if you look around, there's tons of beverages and drinks that are 0 calories. Okay, you are f***ing annoying. There's things like sparkling water, 0 calorie water flavors, teas, black coffee, and that's just to name a few. They're not hard to find with a little searching. Just be careful of artificial sweeteners and stuff like diet sodas because some of that has been linked to be cancerous and stuff like that. So just try to avoid those. Like I was saying earlier, there is some exceptions to this rule, and one of those is protein shakes. If you need to have a protein shake or you're going to have a protein shake to get that extra protein content, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you count that into your calories. There's really nothing wrong with having a protein shake. My second tip for getting started with a healthier lifestyle: limit eating out. This means that going to any normal restaurants, fast food restaurants, or just going out to eat in general should be kept to a minimum, and probably just saved for special occasions and maybe emergencies if you're out and about. There can be tons of risks of eating out a lot. The main reason for not eating out a lot is you really don't have any control over your portion size. A meal you order is portioned by someone else and made at their discretion, so it could end up being much larger or much smaller than you expect. Not to mention the ingredients could be disproportionate compared to what you might expect from that meal as well. And this would be done in an attempt to make the food taste better rather than be better for you. Restaurant food is also made much richer than normal food that you might eat at your house. This is because it's primarily made for special occasions. This results in it being made with large excess amounts of fat, sodium, sugar, all those things that just add flavor to food that you don't necessarily need, and in turn will just end up being excess calories. There's also endless amounts of temptations at restaurants. It's actually much harder to commit to eating healthy when you're out and you see other people eating all those greasy foods and burgers and everything that you might think is just absolutely delicious. That could really make you change your mind and flip the page to something not that great for you. It's a very hard test on willpower. Some people have it, but honestly, it's just not worth the effort. You could just stay home and make sure you eat something healthy. In addition to not knowing what's going into your food, you actually lose the opportunity to learn how to cook different things, as well as learning how to measure out your food so it fits your calories and macros. This is actually something I've loved learning how to do, and I've learned how to make food that's not putridly disgusting, but still fits my macros, and I'm extremely proud of myself for that. Not to mention you get to stay home and just avoid all people and communication, and that's a big thing for me because people are terrifying, so that's a plus there. And at home, you can guarantee you're getting the nutrients that you need. You can avoid processed foods, which is a huge benefit because whole foods and ingredients are much higher in vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that you need. Whole ingredients are also generally higher in fiber and beneficial fats. And the nutrients in whole foods are also proven to work synergistically with our bodies to help protect us from preventable diseases. Processed foods are also generally higher in many preservatives that can also be very high in sodium. They're also generally high calorie, low fiber foods, so they don't fill you up as much and you end up just being hungry a couple minutes after anyways, which that can lead to overeating and quickly lead to weight gain. My third step is to just get moving in any way possible. Honestly, just moving your body parts as much as you can help you immensely. By increasing movement and exercise every day, or even every week, it increases your energy expenditure and can create a caloric deficit, which thus means weight loss. Even a small amount of exercise can help. The human body was meant to move, and when it does so regularly, it responds to the stress of physical movement by improving its physical health. It's often said that if you could package exercise in a pill, it'd be the most widely prescribed medication in the world. Just to name a few benefits of exercise, these would include improved cardiovascular function, lowered systolic and diastolic blood pressure, decreased body weight and fat mass, increased muscle mass, improved glucose control, decreased anxiety and depression, that's actually a big one for me, and actually decreased incidence of several cancers. Also, studies have shown that regular exercisers actually live 2 to 4 years longer than people that are sedentary. All of these benefits I just described are particularly pronounced in sedentary people who have just started and are getting started working out. And even people who adopt a minimal exercise program, it shows immensely how much it can help within just a short amount of time. Many of them are related to the prevention or treatment of many or most major diseases. The more exercise you do, specifically aerobic and cardio, the more calories you burn, and then this can actually create a caloric deficit. It's not as much as you might want, but every little bit helps. And while exercise can help, doing only exercise will not really give you the most optimal fat loss results. Studies have proven that exercise is actually only 20%. Other 80% comes from proper diet and nutrition. And following these tips and other tips I have in other videos in regards to diet and nutrition, it's actually 80% of your weight loss. My fourth tip is to get a better night's sleep. There's tons of weight loss benefits when it comes to sleeping. Getting a good night's sleep and waking up rested will not only help you feel less tired and more energetic, it'll improve your mood. The fact that you wake up with more energy actually allows you to eat less and be less hungry. This will help you control eating patterns and in essence eat less. You'll actually have less cravings. Studies have shown that people that sleep less actually eat more because of the lack of energy. Energy you have from sleeping, your body misconstrues that sometimes as the lack of energy from food and glucose, so your body then gets hungry and makes you want to eat more and gives you cravings and stuff like that. This just proves that sleeping more actually helps you eat less. Your body is also very anabolic when it's sleeping. What this means is that when you're sleeping, your body is actually repairing and growing your muscles that you may have broken down during a workout session or just during the day through regular everyday activities. So that sleeping time is very important for your overall body growth. And the more muscle you have, the more energy it takes to maintain that muscle, thus burning fat. My final step and my final tip, as it's getting dark and I'm gonna have to leave and edit this video and whatnot, is to have support and to have people around you that are going to support you in this journey. I did a whole video about this a couple weeks ago about how important it is to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and I'll link that in the description, but I'm going to go more into that right now just because of how important it is. Having a support group of people around you that support you and are like-minded is, in my opinion, one of the most important aspects of weight loss and making any change in your life. Having people around you to encourage you will help you stay on track, it'll keep you motivated, and it'll make you feel better and feel as though you're improving. So I can't recommend enough how much it'll help to look around and look at your family and try to recruit them to help you out. Whether that just be your parents helping you out, having it be a workout buddy, a weight loss buddy. Recruit your friends and family to even just help you out to find ideas to keep improving, just make your overall life better. For example, I've recruited my parents to help me out with my meal prep and my diet and making sure there's food in the house and the food that I need to meal prep and all that kind of stuff, so that I don't have to focus as much and spend as much time on meal prep and going grocery shopping to make sure I have everything that I need. And even just that small help has already helped me extend my progress even further. I still do a large portion of the meal prep and the grocery shopping myself. Even just having that small help from my parents makes all the difference. So don't be afraid to look for help from other people. So just remember, you're all capable of all of these changes, and it's all for the betterment of yourself and your health. And it may seem hard, but if you take these tips and take them slow, one at a time or all at once if you're capable of that, you'll be surprised at how much you can do and how much you can improve. You'll be well on your way to being a healthier, happier, and just living an overall healthier lifestyle. And it'll happen way faster and way easier than you could ever expect. And once you can handle all these tips, you can go on and do more advanced health things, and eventually you'll just be a healthy powerhouse and in the best shape of your life. It's all way more than possible, so I know you guys can do it. And I hope this helped you guys. If it did, leave a like and subscribe, because I do videos like this every week. If you want to keep in touch with me, please leave a comment and suggest other things that you want me to do. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section, or you can tweet them at me. I'll leave all of my social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You can contact me on any of those things. I'll leave them in the description. I might put them on the screen. So as it's getting really dark, I'm really sorry. But as always, keep progressing, stay strong, and I'll see you next week.